All right. Welcome to the foundation, y'all. Once again, I am your host, Sot L, speaker of truth L, seeker of truth L. And I appreciate y'all, joining the show. I appreciate y'all investing in your private education more than anything. It very, very much impresses me when people, individuals, however you want to talk about it, go out of their everyday way of everything that they're doing every day, on top of what they're doing every day, all the things, they're also taking time to invest in their private education. Definitely you deserve a pat on the back, you deserve a salute, you deserve a big up, you deserve a congratulations, you deserve a good job, and you also deserve a keep it up, keep it moving, keep going. So I definitely want to take the time out to say, peace to the audience, peace to the audience, definitely. So moving forward, the foundation, remaining private, doing public business. So just, a caveat, I do want to put out this disclaimer. I'm not an attorney. I did not go to law school. I will not go to law school. I would not get a bar card and be subject to, any state bar association, so on and so forth. Therefore, I do not and cannot give legal advice. I'm not a tax attorney. I'm not in any way associated with the United States or entity. I'm a private consultant, and the education that I provide, the services I provide, are due to my contractual fiduciary responsibility to execute such services due to a contract. I'm under, I'm just executing the contract. I'm just doing my job. So with that being said, this is really going to be pointed at maybe more of an intermediate level, less of a beginner level is how I usually come at the foundation. But I do want to say, you're more than welcome to, check this out. If you haven't transitioned to the private yet and you're looking to, you want my services, you want to, contract me privately, email me, admin@welcometothefoundation.com. And we can definitely work something out in the private. Educational format is how I teach this information. I do not sell trusts per se. And there's a method, to the specific madness, so to speak. But, for those of you who are in trustee training, for those of you who have, administration experience, for those of you who are looking to go private, transition private, own nothing, control everything, and do all new business in your new name, so to speak, looking to transition private somewhere or sometime in the near future, this episode is for y'all. Or anyone who ever plans to transition private. Hopefully, you gain something. Everybody's able to gain something from this episode. So moving forward, I do want to say, when you do transition into private, I think there's a stigma that everybody thinks you just disappeared to some ranch somewhere off the grid with solar panels, and you got a river on your property, and, some sort of filtration system, blase. It's kind of extreme as far as I'm concerned. And I've come across, clients, let's just say that, trustees who have had this type of, understanding of what going private is. So, from a foundational perspective, how we do over here. We're just going to put it as plain as possible. There are a lot of different, I guess, optics, or manifestations, visual representations of what it is going private. Everybody going private is going to mean something different. Some of you may retire to a ranch, have a little creek, on your property. You got a filtration system, you got, solar panels and stuff, you got no trespassing signs up, you got mad straps, who knows, but the majority of us, are going to stick around. Maybe we're going to continue to live in, what would be considered or alleged to be, the city municipality or the state, overall state or county municipality. There's a statistic that I, looked at when I was taking a statistics class in college that I think it was over 75% of people who are born end up living and growing old within a 50-mile radius of where they're born. So more than likely, most people who go private aren't going to buy a ranch in the Yucatan or whatever and, move outside of the 50-mile radius that they're born. That's, statistically speaking, that doesn't really happen. So the general idea of going private and being off the grid and, having a ranch, land, and acres is not going to be one of the actual situations for most of us. Some of us were going to be able to do it. Most of us were not. So with that being said, there's definitely going to be public interface, continued public interface. That means continued interaction with your private entities and whatever public entity, whether it's the state or, it's the gas station or whatever. There's going to be continued interaction between your private estate and the public. Unless you got free and clear title of land and a creek on the land and solar panels and stuff, and you don't need power, there's no minimum contacts, is what I'm trying to say. You got the county assessor to take, the property off the tax rolls, all that stuff. You just legit. So notwithstanding that specific situation that most of us are not going to be able to partake of, you're still going to be doing business with the public. You're still going to be doing business with Federal Reserve notes. You're going to be more adept and savvy in your administration, your trust administration with regards to converting these Federal Reserve notes to tangible assets or less volatile assets and entitling them, obviously, in the name of the trust, so on and so forth, that you are executing that such contract. But specifically, like I said, there's going to be still interfacing with the public. So this is what this episode is about. So real quick, I want to jump into this. I don't want to, be too long-winded. You know me. I like to get in and out, jab them out. So as far as, remaining private and still doing public business, let's say, you're operating through an LLC. You no longer use the social. Congratulations. You made it. You don't have any individual bank accounts. You don't have anything titled in the name of the debtor or the straw man or the susquay trust or whatever y'all want to call it these days. You know what I'm saying? You don't have anything titled in it. I call it state agency. The individual is specifically what it is on the federal level because it's Federal Reserve notes and you're using Federal Reserve notes and the use of Federal Reserve notes and the acceptance of such Federal Reserve notes with a state entity that falls under state legislation is why, we are taxed to death down our backs. But back on the point. Doing business privately, you say you're doing business, through an LLC. You have no private accounts, like I said, no private bank accounts or nothing like that. The only time you're using the social, let's say maybe for a signer on the bank account, or if you're looking to get some life insurance titled in the name of the trust, because hey, that's an expense to the trust. Why not? If your indenture is crafted correctly, you're going to have a lot of benefits with regards to doing business through this entity. And we understand that. As trustees, we know what we're doing. So that being said, whether it's, the trust is the majority shareholder or the sole shareholder of the LLC, and, you're just using the LLC for credit purposes because you're no longer using the individual credit profile, or if you're just doing straight up business through your business trust, directly interfacing with the public. I just want to talk about some things that you got to keep in mind and, some procedures and, some of the science on how to do that. All right? Okay, cool. So first and foremost, what I want to say, when you transition private, or you begin to transition private, one of the things I tell trustees, one of the first things, at least, if I remember, if I don't write it down, I'm going to forget. But, I'm just keeping it real. I speak the truth, even on myself. Feel me? But no, all jokes aside, I tell all trustees when we start off, listen, first and foremost, we received a public education. The public is not going to educate you on how to take money away from the public. Point 3, the IRS is a business. Its business is to generate revenue. The IRS has revenue in its name. What do you think taxes are to the public? It's revenue. So the public is not going to teach you how to take money away from itself. It's like, yo, if I'm the king and I'm like the illest martial artist and I can see behind me, you know what I mean? We learn from, what was that? I think it was a Bible book, Samson, or, you know, but that was a story taken from other texts and stuff like that. He told Delilah that his strength was in his hair. Then went to sleep and she chopped his hair off. So really, you're not going to teach someone how to take you out. I'm not going to be the illest martial artist and I can see behind me and then tell you, like, oh, by the way, my only weakness is punching me in the throat or something like that. Like, why would I do that? I'm not going to do that. So the public is not going to do that. You understand me? So when you're dealing with people in the public, off top, first and foremost, you have to understand as a trustee, being mentored in this information, you are learning information that is not and will never be taught in the public, period. Not, first and foremost. So they do not know what you know. They don't. And that's hard to believe because we're used to dealing in the public and, you know, when someone says, a public officer, I work at the bank, or, you know, I work here, this is my company. You know, usually what they say, we kind of believe them. I don't know. You know, obviously, you know, you work here or you own this or whatever. So, you know, I just take your word for it. Nope, that's not how it works. First and foremost, you're dealing with individuals who went to school, who went to public school, you know, and they learned a public education. We got to understand, my trustees in the trustee training, they understand you either come from an informed family or an uninformed family. It doesn't matter how much schooling you get. Or you connect with an informed family and they tell you the information and now your family becomes an informed family. That's it. In 1913, when the IRS introduced the 1040 individual return, they, at the same exact time, introduced the 1041 estate and trust return. Look it up. If you came from an informed family, you filed the 1041. If you came from an uninformed family, you filed the 1040. That's just what it is. So when we're private and we're doing business in the public, we need to understand that we're dealing with people who went to a public school. They have a public education, and we are privy to specific private information. These individuals, more often than not, they're going to be entitled. You're going to deal with a sense of entitlement, snobbish attitude, dismissive. And I'm going to tell you why. First and foremost, this is just business. We're executing the contract. We're trustees. I ain't playing with you. I don't have time to sit here and argue with you and entertain your stupidness. Case in point, I don't care what you think, Mr. Bank Dude. I don't care what you think you know. Speak to me in a dismissive tone, in a condescending tone. You can be snobbish and you can act entitled, and that's cool. That's fine. I'm not going to sit here and argue with you. You were educated by the public. You do not have private information. So therefore, you do not really know what you're talking about. You might know your job. You might know how to do your job. But more than likely, you don't know what I'm saying. You don't understand what I'm saying. So it's a misunderstanding on your part. Or you don't understand what I'm doing. You've never had any real experience with what I'm doing, Mr. Banker. And if you look into your procedures with regards to opening this account, you will see the necessary procedures with regards to an account with an entity of this type. I'm not getting mad. I'm not getting mad. I'm not getting upset. I don't argue with fools. I don't argue with people who are ignorant. I'm going to ask to speak to your superior or a branch manager, because I understand that you were educated by the state. Most people were educated by the state. Most people are coming here with state entities, whether it's the individual opening up a personal individual account, they're opening up a state corporate account, they're opening up a state revocable trust account, and there's specific rules with that. And I will go on to say, well, according to the Internal Revenue Service, the IRS only recognizes 3 types of trusts, those being a simple trust, a grantor trust, and a complex trust. Do you know what type of trust this account will be classified under? Because this is a complex trust. So what you're saying, they start asking for stuff. We need the grantor. We need this. Stay calm. They just don't know. They don't understand what type of entity you're using. They don't understand the differences in the types of trust that the IRS designates according to their Internal Revenue Code. As a trustee, you do. They don't know your education level. They don't know what you know. They just assume that they have this position at the bank and you don't. They assume they went to college or something and you didn't. And they've been doing this for such and such time, and this is the first time they've seen you. That's them. That is not you. It's not personal. So I remain calm. I have a job to do. I'm executing the contract. And on top of that, I can't do anything that will bring any unfavorable distinguishment to the contract entity that I'm administering. So I'm remaining calm. I'm a fiduciary. I am a noble. They also understand that the general public is, generally not educated. The general public does not read law dictionaries. The general public does not study law. The general public does not study a way to improve their situation. They just go out on the weekends and drink until they can't feel it anymore and then do the thing over and over again. So really, they're just confusing me with the general public. So I'm not going to take that personal. They don't know me. I'm going to remain calm. Really, the theory of this, episode is they don't know you, remain calm. Moving on to, tax preparers, stuff like that. Traditionally, attorneys are state attorneys. State attorneys are recognized to practice in federal court, but they are originally state attorneys. Okay? Keep that in mind. So these state attorneys get state bar accreditation. They get a accreditation from the state. So a lot of times when you're administering a complex trust, when you're administering a private entity, a private contract entity that does not owe its existence to legislation, it owes its existence to the contract itself. Therefore, the contract governs the entity. It says what write-offs are. It says what deductions are. It says what money is. It says under what jurisdiction an action can be brought against this. It says what the power of the trustees are. It says everything, because anything that isn't specified in the contract, private contract, if it comes under any type of litigation, it automatically falls to the state's provision of trust. So you got to have a very, very strong private indenture. But we're dealing with state attorneys. State bar attorneys. They're not really familiar with the entity that you're administering. Let's put a point blank and period. Maybe we're dealing with a little bit of prejudice. Maybe this is a European and he's talking to me because I'm not European, I'm melanated, and they're talking to me to a certain way like I'm ignorant and I don't know what I'm talking about because he's being prejudiced. Maybe. I don't care. Him being prejudiced has nothing to do with me. It's not responsibility. I'm not responsible to fix it, deal with it, associate myself with it, acknowledge it. I don't care. I don't go home to this dude. I'm not going to see him probably ever again. If I do walk into the bank, I can avoid this dude. I don't have time to play with this dude. So, if it is prejudice, cool. I have facts. I'm executing law. So you're dealing with tax accountants, maybe you're dealing with tax attorneys. You got to understand, they're educated by the state. Your entity, your private entity, if executed properly, if you had a good mentor, if they know what they're doing, if they were trained and educated properly, you're going to have an ironclad indenture. And a proper ironclad private indenture is what is known as a federal entity. Once the contract is executed, it becomes a federal entity and not under the rules, governance, or legislature of the states. I just pretty much quoted the Supreme Court. pretty much quoted. That wasn't word for word. But that's a Supreme Court decision. That's a contract entity. Once the contract is executed, it becomes a federal entity. It doesn't fall under state legislation. So when you're dealing with state attorneys, state-trained attorneys, went to a state university, a state public school, these people, it's like, ain't no such thing as that. You get an attorney, ain't no such thing, as that type of entity. That don't exist. They don't understand this. They haven't been in contact with this. This is an entity that is recognized to do business in over 120 countries. So most of these state attorneys, they don't have to deal with this entity. They're dealing with state entities. They're doing state individual tax returns, and the federal is very easy. They don't deal with entities that can do business internationally and recognize to do business internationally. So they're going to tell you that it don't exist. They're going to give you a lot of pushback. Be prepared for that. Be patient. If you're patient, if you're professional, if you're noble, and you win this person over, they will fight for you to the death because you taught them something and you didn't make them feel stupid about it. So that's a win-win. Not only does this person come into my office while I'm working, I got this degree, so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? Came in, walked in just straight off the street and actually taught me something that I didn't know before. I called in, made a couple calls, called my constituent or, whoever. And then, it came back to like, yeah, this is a valid entity. I never even knew that. I learned something. I can use this information in the future for what I'm doing as a job. You just helped me, beef up my resume, so to speak. Thank you. And on top of that, you didn't get an attitude. You didn't yell at me. You didn't storm out the office. You didn't make me feel stupid with regards to my ignorance as I'm a professional sitting here at this desk talking to you with an attitude and being all snobby and stuff towards you. You acted like a noble. Wow. Taught me something and didn't make me feel stupid about it or make me think lower of what type of person you are. 9 times out of 10, you're going to work with that individual for the rest of your natural life, as long as you are administering entities in the public, whether it's a private entity or a public entity. You see, brothers and sisters, when we come into this knowledge and we study this knowledge and we start to talking to people and they looking at us, they don't know what we're talking about. We might as well be talking about mitosis and meiosis on the scientific cellular level. There are people just looking at us like, what are you talking about, man? You're a conspiracy theorist. Oh, is that patriot stuff? I can't relate to it. I can just associate it to something I heard negative about. And now, we are coming into information that is not generally known. And on top of that, you're coming into information that is only known by professionals. And on top of that, please believe, trustees, you're coming into information that is only known generally by people, professionals that run international firms that restructure and reorganize international entities, corporations, and trusts. That's the type of people you're dealing with. That's honestly not lying. I'm not tooting my own horn. That's what I do. That's what I was taught to do by my mentors. That's what they've been doing for over 30 years. My mentor, you go and show him a 98 number with a trust indenture, he'll slap you in the face and be like, you don't even need that 98 number. What you doing? He's been doing this for 30 years. He understands the 98 number. He just understands you don't need it because you're executing a contract. Whether it's got a foreign EIN or a domestic EIN, it's still a contract. Dropping jewels, a contract entity that does not always exist in legislation is a non-resident alien, but it's still recognized to do business in the United States. Y'all ever wondered what a non-resident alien is? A contract trust. Ain't no such thing as a common law trust. You have the common law right to contract unlimited. Those contracts protected by Article 1, Section 10 of the Constitution, no state shall pass any law impairing the obligation of contracts. The common law of England was brought over here to the United States. Think about that for a second. The general common law superior jurisdiction was apparently or purportedly brought here from England. even though supposedly the United States won the Revolutionary War against the British. I don't know. Also, when you're dealing with the public, when you're doing business in the public, in order to remain private, you got to understand that you're under non-disclosure. If you have a good trust indenture, there's a stipulation for non-disclosure, which means as a trustee, you are not authorized to disclose the nature or private business of the trust. It's as simple as saying, I'm sorry, I can't disclose that. I'm under non-disclosure. And then if they push, I'm sorry, I said I couldn't disclose that. Excuse me if I'm wrong, and please correct me, but it seems to me as though that you're attempting to impair the obligation of a contract right now. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to yell. I'm not going to stand up. I'm not going to be the crazy big black man. I'm just going to ask, I'm going to ask the question. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but, it really, really sounds to me that you're attempting to coerce me into impairing the obligation of a contract that I have executed under penalty of perjury. Could you put that in writing? That demand? Could you put that demand in writing? I feel as though we have been conditioned in our interactions that we have with people in the private, but specifically in the public, to hinder our advancement in specific situations, automatically going off the top and being like, oh, you discriminating, you being prejudiced, you talking to me a certain way, and getting emotionally invested in the situation is not in our best interest. It's one of our first reactions, but it's not in our best interest. It hinders the ultimate goal that we're attempting to execute. And I want you to go into every situation with your purpose in mind. And don't let nobody with their ignorance, with their low class, low brow, I'm upset because I'm a slave attitude, push you off your course of what you're attempting to execute when you step into the public. I'm not going to let you bait me into an argument. I don't even know you. I'm not going to invest that much emotional energy into you. I'd rather splash this water that you offered to me on you and walk out of here and not say a word. Sit here and argue with you while you trying to talk over me and raise your voice. I ain't got time for that. I'm a professional. We need to be professionals. We need to get back to the magnitude of it manifesting an exemplary example of professionalism. That's one of the science behind successfully administering your private estate. Understanding this is business. I'm here to execute a duty invested in me in my private fiduciary capacity as trustee with regards to these entities that fall under my private estate. I don't care what you're going through today. I don't care what your daughter said to you before you left the house. I don't care if your mother slapped you. I don't care if your girl broke up with you last weekend. I don't care if your man cheated on you. I don't care. I'm here to get something done. I'm not going to get involved into it. And I'm not going to let your attitude dissuade me from executing this duty. This is the mentality that we have to have when we're dealing with the public. Can't stop, won't stop what? You got something to say? Say it to my face. We don't, none of that. None of that. We just get it done. Do our dance and keep it moving. Really, beyond bankers and tax preparers and sometimes tax attorneys, you really don't have to deal with the public too much. When it comes to having a business trust, you can initiate a PayPal account with the business trust EIN. You can initiate a Square account with the business trust EIN. You can sign up, for online banking once you got the business trust account open, at the financial institution. And really, it's really getting the account open with the financial institution and filing the returns or the informational returns, the 1041. Beyond that, you shouldn't come into too much contact with the public unless you're, I have some trustees that are dealing with, real estate. So, they have the property titled by the Asset Protection Trust, and then there's a contract between the Asset Protection Trust and the Business Trust with regards to management. So the Business Trust contracts with all the tenants. So just in case there's any litigation, a tenant falls, and, there's a judgment against the Business Trust, the management company, which is the Business Trust essentially, that judgment can't attach to the actual property itself because it's not even titled in that entity. It's titled in a separate entity. It's on the contract for management services, if you follow what I'm saying. So in that aspect, you'll be dealing with the public, but ultimately it's just a tenant signing a lease. Most tenants aren't going to ask you about the trust. What is this? Blah blah blah. They just want to get in there and move their stuff in. You know what I mean? And start tearing your house up. No, I'm just playing. Hopefully not. But they just want to get in there and get in their property. They're just going to write a check to whoever they write a check to. So whether it's a trust or not, they don't care. So the majority of the issues you're going to have are actually going to be with professionals. Tax attorneys. Tax preparers and, bankers when you're looking to open up your bank account, so on and so forth. Beyond that, it's pretty much, smooth sailing, depending on what you specifically got going on. But hopefully you've enjoyed, this presentation of the foundation here on High Frequency Radio Network regarding remaining private while doing public business. So I'm going to go to the phone lines in a minute. Man, time flies. We got about 12 minutes left on the broadcast. So if you're listening to this episode on the internet and you're not even called into the switchboard, we will be going over. And if we go over, you will be cut off. So I should highly suggest as your private consultant with with only you in mind that you call in to the switchboard 424-222-5250. Or you can call in at 563-999-3625. With that being said, I appreciate y'all, sticking through. I don't think anybody dropped off from anybody who was called in. Now, a lot of callers on the switchboard. Once again, 424-222-5250. If you want to chime in, if you have any questions, comments, if you have any complaints, you want to cuss me out, go ahead, push 1 on your keypad, and I'll pull you in. But, just disclaimer, if you want to cuss me out, you might lose your connection, but I don't argue. I don't argue with people. Goodness. Man, I love y'all too. I really, hey, I'm going to say it again. I really appreciate the audience. I really appreciate how y'all have helped the foundation grow. I really appreciate what y'all are doing. All of the additions that you all are providing to this platform, the foundation here on High Frequency Radio Network is very, very, very much appreciated. It doesn't go unnoticed. I do want to say I appreciate y'all. I do want to say that this is, you all are the reason why I do this. I do want to say, if you anybody put it together, I was successful in bringing that brand international. I came into this information because I was looking to repatriate funds in a trust. I was dealing with, individuals in the south of France that had put me on to trust and what they were doing, how they pulling into the port in this yacht on the water, like a mansion on the water, man. I'm getting lost in these things, And to be honest, it was a Jewish dude in the south of France. I told him what I was doing. He wasn't really impressed at, what I was doing as far as generating income with the brand. He was impressed that I brought the brand international. But he was most impressed with the fact that I owned all the intellectual property with regards to the brand that really impressed him. You know, he went on to tell me, you know, some secrets that, you know, I'm convinced that most people don't get, you know, put on to. And one of those things was, you know, private wealth is perpetuated and built through trust. So, I came back to the States, was talking to attorneys about trust. They kept telling me that they dissolve mandatorily after 14 years. Didn't make any sense. I went to school with trust babies, you know, at least a couple of them. So it didn't make sense. I thought they were trying to play me. You know what I'm saying? I thought they were being prejudiced. I was doing the exact things and behaving in the exact manner in which I'm telling y'all not to behave. So, you know, just so you know, I'm speaking from experience. But also, through my travels through the world, I've been to many different countries. And through my travels of the world, everywhere I've gone, I've seen that my people are in the worst condition, economically, financially, substantially. Even if I don't speak their language. Not only do they look like me, but they're in this pretty much same economic position as, you know, me and my people, those who I consider my people. So, you know, long-winded, but, you know, that's why I do this show. You know, this is definitely my charity, how I give back. And I do want to thank y'all. I definitely want to thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all my family. And I definitely love y'all. Please believe and understand that. So I'm going to go to the phone lines, you know. I'm over here about to get weepy, sentimental, talking about my family and all that. So let me take it to the phone lines. Give me a couple seconds. You know, Blog Talk always be tripping. All right, let's do this. First caller. Let's do this first caller. Make sure you say what's your name, where you're calling from. You can definitely use aliases. That's cool. All right. What we got here? 718. Area code 718-8092. 718-8092. Peace. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Peace. This is Dow. I'm calling for 5 Towns. Used to be out in Brownsville. What's the deal, but I'm out in 5 Towns now. One thing I have to say, you said can't stop, won't stop now. Captain Sky, Super Sperm. It says let's have a meeting, just you and I. Let's make this complete. But one thing, you're like the Rock, and you laid the rappers down. Not the rappers down, but you laid the rappers down. And you spoke about libations. That's good. I'm having a little fun right now to myself. Anyway, one thing I must say, feel like sometimes you can help somebody. And so like if you give somebody $1 million to make their life better, but if they smoking or they drinking, they're going to actually smoke more and drink more and hurt themselves. So they're not going to really be helping themselves. They're going to be hurting themselves. And at the same time hurting you because now, because they injured themselves, how they got injured, whether somebody like stole them, spending money, and they got robbed, or they're just overdosing, you know, just went out, killed themselves. But one thing too, own nothing, control everything. Sometimes, you know, when you're in a position, you're executioner, you're a manager, executor, executive, people only be nice to you because you have a title. You can hook them up, you know, and that's the only reason they be nice to you and they respect you, because you are somebody. You're a manager, you're a supervisor. I like to be the person behind the person, you know. That's how I like to be. Anything else I like to say? But do you know that record Super Sperm, Captain Sky?
Super.
So,
you said
how you
super
doing?
What?
Super Sperm. It says like can't stop now, won't stop now. Because you said when you was like talking, you was like can't stop, won't stop now. That you know, that reminds me of Captain Sky, Super Sperm. That Super Sperm. You know, that's
you kind of. I'm gonna say this in the nicest. Yeah, exactly. Like you kind of took it further back.
But you are Super Sperm. You are.
But like
super
can't
sperm.
stop, won't stop. I appreciate it. Can't stop, won't stop. What? That's Puffy. You know, I'm the Puffy generation.
Nah. But go before it was Puppy. You remember before him was dudes who was way before him. So what happened? But they look at some of us old dudes like, yo, before you, how you know I'm breaking down. They may say something. I say, yo, before yo was on the street, I was on the streets a long time before yo was on the street. You know what I'm saying? It's because I might be 52. Yo, I got the one hit a Twitter.
I'm not saying in any way. I'm the hip hop generation, so we respect our elders. I'm not saying it in any way in a negative stance. I'm just admitting to my ignorance. Is basically what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know, Puffy. I like that one. I like the. I like the one on Bad Boys Forever. I like that one. I like that with on Bad Boys for Life. I like that video.
And then Super Sperm, Method Man said that on that MECHOD.
Super Sperm, you have man. Yeah. But what happened? You go to Captain Sky, like that. Captain Sky, right? Super Sperm, and then what happened? I like to do a remix, right? I'm a master of a remix, right? You be like faster than a speeding bullet, able to leap tall, feelings in the Superman. It's super, right? But I put like Super Sperm, right? But you got to go back to the thing that Super Sperm Captain Sky, right? That's kind of like George Clinton, them dudes.
I'm gonna look it up.
You know George Clinton.
I'm gonna look it up.
George Clinton.
Yeah.
Say why must
man.
I take the okay.
What the funk?
But Captain
Funk.
Yeah. Captain Sky. Yeah, that's Captain Sky. Captain Sky Super Sperm. Right.
I'm gonna look it up.
And everything
How
you
you
talk
doing,
about.
Man?
I'm all right. How you doing?
Man, I'm I have no complaints. None. Zero.
Yeah, but as I said before, some people are nice to you because you have a position. If you didn't have any position, you didn't have a title, man, as you said, they'd be snobbish, all type of things. Yeah, but I'm always a pleasure talking to you, and I'm always glad to hear from you. And I always say something about their 5 days. People working 5 days. The purpose of a 5 days is to make money to get out of a 5 days. Because if you working like 5 days for somebody, you only have 2 days to enjoy your friends and family. And they like, oh, I got this good city job, I got this good government job. And they go to work because they have to go to work, not because they want to go to work. They go to work because they need to go to work. Well, you know what I'm saying? I'm in a position because I go to work because I want to, not because I have to, or not because I need to. And a lot of people, I say, yo, you think I need this job? Yeah, so I stopped saying that because they were like, yo, who's this dude? Like they hate on me because I tell them I don't have to go to job. I don't have notes. Like that. I don't have to. If I don't go to work, nothing's gonna be taken away from me. And they get upset about that. But I'm gonna let you take the next caller. So, I don't talk that much, so I'm talking now. And peace and love to you and all the loved ones that tell you out there. And be careful who you share this information with, because I wonder if they know this information, will they be able to help work against us? Because if they know what you know, maybe they'd be able to stop our show. But they got, I'm on the move. They don't know whether I'm going to turn right or left or make a U-turn. They don't know.
Got you. Appreciate you, man.
All right.
Appreciate you. Thank you for calling in. I appreciate you adding to the platform, man. Love you, brother. Take care, and I'll talk to you very soon.
All right.
All right, man. Peace to God.
All
right. 10 seconds left. You're going to get cut off if you don't call in. 424-222-5250. 563-999-362. You better have them Speedy Gonzalez fingers. For real. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and go to the next caller. 347-2088. 347-2088. Peace. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Peace, Sot. Peace, brothers and sisters, kings and queens to the community. What's the deal? This is Sister Yvette. We got some jewels tonight. I don't know how we going to run them through, but we going to run them through.
Go ahead.
I was saying last week, what is the need in your community? Do you have homeless shelters? Do you see the homeless people? If you have people in your area that are not working, they could be your foot soldiers. they could do your work. If you have your real estate, they could go and search out your properties and look for them. They could clean up your property. If you have brothers that was recently incarcerated, released, they could be your workers for you too. Understand this. We are in a situation right now, financially, community, where they are putting automation in place and they are taking away from us. As far as the redlining in our communities, they do the redlinings in the banks. Also know the redlining means that they're not making the products available to us. Trust me when I say, community. Just now, they're going to take away piggy banking, where you can add on people as authorized users to boost their credit so they could get in a better status to buy these properties and to pick up their credit. If you're trying to build your credit, get the Citibank Secure Card, the Capital One Secure Cards, the Discovery Secure Cards. If you're trying to get a loan status installment loan, go to selflender.com. It reports to all three agencies. You have to use your real social. myjeweler.com. You have to use your real social. It's going to report to the agencies. pen.fed.org, real social. Open up your bank account for $5. Join your organization. It builds your credit. rentersreporters.com, promo code BA539. They're going to take $20 off. Okay? Comptroller.nyc.gov. Scroll down to the news updates on the home page to access the Eventbrite RSVP links. That's for the minority women-owned business entrepreneurs. MWBE, they help you get your business in order. HSBC, Community Works Program. They will help you with your home buyer's loan. Habitat for Humanity, score of 620 or more. Go to AAAcreditguide.com. Instant approval credit cards. They will hit you with credit cards if your credit is decent. If you're trying to pull your credit, annualcreditreport.com. If you need to find out if you have a bad banking history and you keep coming up in checking systems or the banks are turning you down, you go to www.consumerdebit.com, pull up check systems. Last but not least, cbnbc.com/2018/02/27. You need excellent credit to get a good mortgage on a home. And so, my brother, scriptures for the community, Matthew 7, verse 6, verses 18, 19, and 20. I say this: good people, good reasons, good fruit will always prosper. Corrupt fruit, corrupt people, corrupt ways will not prosper. To the community, I gave you this information. Use it wisely. You will get hurt if you use fake socials, if you use made-up socials, and you're not correct. Improper information, improperly applied, will definitely not get you hurt. It will get you locked up. Be careful. They are not playing with us. Unfortunately, because of so much stuff that's going wrong right now, they're targeting certain people, and it's called us. We are the hanging fruit that they're looking for. Make sure your affairs are in order. They are in correct order. Do not play. They are not playing with us. They are snatching away everything from us. As far as the banks, when you go in the bank, if you're applying for the loans, you can buy points. The points will cost you $1,000 or more. Some banks will let you get up to 4 points. Some will let you get up to 6. If you buy points, it lowers down the mortgage rates for you, and you should be good. I say this to the community, and I'm going to end on this. Sunday, when I was riding on the train, I saw 2 homeless brothers. Both had 2 kids. One had a son and daughter. The other one had 2 sons. Sisters, I'm speaking to you, because March is Women's Month. Check yourselves. I don't care what these brothers doing. Look at yourselves. Self-examine. If you and this man don't get along, you don't put the children in between the two of you. It's about you and that brother. At the end of the day, it takes a village to raise a child, mother and father. We are not a people that we should be separated at any level whatsoever. Don't take these brothers to court. Don't lock them up. Don't hold their finances, because karma is something else. What you put out is what will come back. Now, brothers, I'm going to kick it to you. If a sister is trying to do the right thing, you make sure you support her. Both of y'all pull it together, work it out. Both of y'all make it happen. Get yourselves out of these rentals. Get you some apartments. Stop buying these $300 sneakers for you and everybody in your house. Stop buying these $900, $1,100 phones. Stop wasting our money. Because in the next 3 years, we're going to be assed out and effed up. And they not playing with us. Get yourselves in order. You're looking at these statistics every day. They're taking everything away from us. Pull yourselves up and pull it together. My brother Sot L, you be blessed. You in the community, the kings and the queens, I'm going to be listening to y'all. Pull yourselves up, community.
Appreciate you, Sister Yvette, every single week. Thank you very much. Love, peace, and blessings, all of it. Take care of yourself, and I look forward to every show.
On the 21st, in the private, on the 21st, I'll hit you and let you know what went through.
Okay, sounds good. I'll talk to you soon, sister. Thank you for everything. Peace.
Peace, brother. Peace, community.
All right. Let's keep it moving. Next caller. Woo, look at y'all. 816, area code. 816-1906. 1906. 816-1906. Peace. What's your name? Where you calling from?
What's up, buddy? JB from Kansas City, Missouri.
JB from Kansas. How you doing, brother?
Sir?
Very well. How can I help you?
First of all, I need to get a consultation with you just to clarify some information I've been studying. I know you're very well versed in business and the trust. I'm trying to set my trust up, accurately in the correct process. So I know I need to talk to somebody that specializes in that private trust. Do I do that by signing up through your foundation on the website?
Yep. You can. There's a button that you click on, do the consultations. I would suggest do an hour. It'll email me, and then we'll get in contact with you and set up the consultation. We usually do it within 24 hours, but we like to say 48 hours.
Nah, that's cool, because I'm going to get with you, because I got my birth certificate and all that information and my DBA. I'm just trying to figure out how to set everything up in the beginning and structure it the correct way, for the future. So it's just questions on forms and things I need to do. But I am studying all the trust manuals that I have right now on UBI Trust and all that information. I just need some more guidance on professional.
Yeah, well, I congratulate you on your studies. You definitely deserve a pat on the back. Most people don't value knowledge these days, so I definitely want to say that to people.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
that's what we lack.
It would be an honor and a pleasure
to
assist you in your private transition.
Yeah. I want you to. I've been listening to Jonah now for a minute. I did my process and everything just by listening to him, going to the law library, and just following up. I ain't one to just listen and take a word for face value. I do my extensive research and things of that nature. So I'm well versed in the knowledge. Now it's just come to inputting it on paper like it's supposed to. You know what I'm saying? All of it's fresh, but I think I kind of got the logistics of it. I just want to make sure I'm on the right track.
Okay, yeah, perfect. Whatever level you're at, I would be like I said, it'd be an honor to assist you, in your private transition. I like to help people get free, And
I started doing it last August with my contract
of your life.
Yeah, exactly. I understand. Get out from under this, voluntary and involuntary servitude. So
right,
I totally understand. All right, brother. Well, as soon as I get off, I'll do that.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go to the website. My fault, boss. But I said I'll go to as soon as we get off the phone. I'll go to the website.
All right, man. You good? I keep tripping over you. I apologize, man. Yeah, go to the website.
It's okay.
I look forward to talking to you soon, family.
That's cool. And you are, just to be sure, you are hooked up with Jonah and them and Yusuf, right?
I'm hooked up with Yusuf. We're high.
Okay, no, that's cool.
We're high frequency. So Yusuf is my
guy.
Guy,
I got all this. Guy. Yeah, man. I done got into the clerk's practice, Jermaine Trust, and the merchants and creatures from Jekyll Island and 1871 Acts. So I'm into everything. Yeah, Treaty of Verona, Marquez, Tripoli's. I'm in it. So I just need that direction. So we can go all the way back to ancient Sumeria. So I need it.
Okay, yeah, definitely. You can go through the website. But I look forward to talking to you, man. It was a pleasure meeting you, JB. And I look forward to talking to you too, man.
Keep it going. God bless you.
Yeah, no problem, man. Appreciate you. Peace to the guys. All right, next caller. I don't know who it is. I don't even know. There's a bunch of ones. The area code is ones. This must be Skype, right? People calling in from Skype. So, hey, it's you. Peace. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Peace to the soul. What's up, my good brethren? How you feel, man? Balance on the check-in.
Hey, Balance, man. Peace. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful, man. I want to stay on topic at hand, man. I want everybody that's listening to this show right now to fully check this out. This brother's batting for you 100%. So, you don't need nothing really no more. You got what you need is the trust. Can't be focusing on so much other distractions. That's the thing right now. Not to take nothing from nobody. This brother right here is so. He's like a blessing in disguise, man. He's giving it to you like you need to get it. The trust. Stick with the trust. Don't focus on nothing else because the trust is going to set you free. And you're going to have to take care of your well-being, your temple, to calcify that pineal gland. Now, if you ain't eating right and you claiming and professing that you doing the right thing, you ain't going to manifest none of this stuff because your brain ain't going to compute it because it's clogged up and it's hard like a rock. So you got to break free, detoxify the pineal gland in the brain so you can receive the divine frequencies that's coming through from the ancestors, and also stay abreast of what's going on, but stay on the topic and not get sidetracked. I'm giving all y'all a Jew from all over the world that's listening to this show. Stay with this brother. Do what you need to do. Stick with trust. And don't worry about nothing else. The trust is where it's at. All right? That's all I got to say. And I yield the floor.
Hey, I appreciate that. I mean, hey, man, I appreciate you calling in. I appreciate, your word on my behalf. That's all I can say. All praises.
We get sidetracked, and you can sit back and listen to people when they talk, man. All that's good and all that, but, you really pouring out your heart and soul, telling them, staying on topic, the trust is where it's at. Just stick with me. I got your back. Stay with the trust. Stay focused. Learn all you can about a trust. Research, study. And, stay on top. And stay in touch with you. And you're going to get there. And keep your health right. And watch how the frequency going to go up. But until then,
high
if
frequency.
you don't do it, you ain't going to get it. You know? Not to cut you off, though. You got the floor.
Hey, all I said was, I cut you off. I apologize.
You know, sometimes the ancestors be coming through you. You know what I'm saying? I know they come through you all the time, man. Like, usually, like, yo, don't worry about that, man. Focus on this trust. This is where it's at. You know what I'm saying? And there ain't too many people giving out this knowledge. You know, between you, Yusef, and others in the past, you know, that came along on the journeys. You know? So it is what it is. And, you know, I fall back. Let the next
Appreciate
man
you,
get
family.
on. You already know, man. Love is love.
It might be the next sister. But, I appreciate you calling in, family. You know, it's all love.
You already
I've been dealing with you for a while.
I know you got me on that sample copy in a minute, right? You still going to hit me off, lovely?
I'm still going to hit you off. I apologize, man, for not getting to it sooner, man. I feel like Yusuf right now saying I'm busy. Like how Yusuf be saying he busy. Now, I'm not as busy as Yusuf, man, but I'm getting real busy. But I got you. That's not an excuse. I got you.
Okay, all right. I got patience. You know what I'm saying? I got patience. All you got to do is keep my eyes on the prize, you know? All right.
Yep.
Peace to the gods and peace to everybody that's listening. You're doing the right thing.
All right, family.
Stay focused. All right.
All right, family. Peace to the gods. Hey, Daryl, I see you, man. You want to come back in, right? Hold on. Let me get this next caller. I got mad callers, Sam. I'm going to come back to you, though. All right? Next caller, 281. Area code 281-0654. 281-0654. Peace. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Peace. It's Jabira Bay in the Houston, Texas Republic. Peace and love to you.
Hey, peace.
Peace and love to all of the family on the line. Peace and love to the trustees, which I am so happy and so grateful to be a part of at this very moment. I just got on the line to just say that I truly appreciate you. I back up everything everyone is saying about you. I have had that personal experience with you, business-wise, and you clarified so much for me, considering all of the information that's flying around. It had me stuck, and I just wanted to, publicly say that, I can attest that you are a steward of your work. You're very attentive, very patient, and very direct. And I truly appreciate that because we need that. At this present time, we need to focus all of our energy on what works and mainly unlearn so much and be willing to do it. And I just appreciate you in my life right now because what you do for me in terms of walking me through this, coaching me, inevitably it supports generations to come. I am a mother of nations, and you are sowing into the seeds of those nations to come, and I appreciate you for all of us. I appreciate you being here in this time, in this presence. I appreciate the Creator for you, and I truly mean that. And that's all I want to say. I thank you. I thank you.
Well, thank you very much, sister. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. You trying to make me cry on the air? You trying to give me emotion on the air?
Cry.
I feel
cry.
Like, Nah.
I'm crying with you, brother. Tears of joy.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
I'm very humbled. Thank you very much. All praise is due to the Creator and the ancestors, but I really appreciate those words. Thank you very much.
Indeed.
All right. Thanks for calling in, sister. I'm sure I'll be talking to you soon. Have a great evening. And peace to the guys.
Indeed. Peace to the.
Oh man, did I cut you off? I'm sorry, I cut you off. It was an accident.
No, it's okay. I was just saying peace to the gods and the goddesses.
All right. Peace to the gods and goddesses. Thank you. Oh, that made me feel real good. Y'all be making me feel good. I appreciate y'all. I love all y'all. Man, y'all good family. That's what I'm saying, man. Man, I'm trying to keep a low profile, though. I feel like, I might be doing something right now that the quote majority may not appreciate. What you think, Mello? What you think?
Man, you already know. So, it's another one. It's a monumental one. It's a classic. Matter of fact, it's a superconductor of energy. You know what I'm saying? It's a fast change. We out here on the market. We're on the spiritual market. So you doing your divine works and your due diligence, bro. So you know what I mean? You know how noblemen do, though. We stand up right in the exact. You know what I'm saying? Standing on top of the square, you know what I'm saying? Performing, doing these miraculous works, you know what I'm saying, that the so-called prophets, you know what I'm saying, many of the prophets, I wouldn't say so-called, but many of the prophets, you know what I'm saying, perform. So we just following the footsteps of the ancestors, brother. You know what I'm saying? It's another one. So, only true noblemen know these services, know the value of these jewels, you know what I'm saying, how to utilize them, apply them, construct, you know what I'm saying, and administrate and secure. So it's another one definitely, Mo. You know what I'm saying? So I'm honored. I'm definitely honored. I'm very passionate about this thing. So I have to at times utilize, you know what I'm saying, the tool to bring a circumference around my passion, man, and control it. So I'm just honored, definitely, brother, to have you on board and to be on the planet. You know what I'm saying? Be on the planet because, who knows next when we transition and migrate. So let's make this one count. Because evidently, if energy recycles itself and energy never dies, that's the reason why every end of the movie we always see the titlement DEND, energy never dies. You know what I'm saying? So once we transition and recycle our or whatnot, seek other missions and other experiences of existence, we must be setting ourselves up for something in the story to come in the near future. It's like these are investments on the physical plane. You know what I'm saying? We invest in the physical plane for the next. So I want everybody to keep that in mind. It counts. You know what I'm saying? It's real. But definitely, I appreciate everything. I'm honored. I'm appreciative. Oh, yeah, man, I just want to share something with you last night, too. So, man, I was coming in a bit late, you know what I mean? And I was looking up in the clouds, just looking up in the skies, it was like fish stars, the stars was out and whatnot. I looked over, I seen like one star pulsating, changing colors, flickering from a distance, pulsating, different changing colors. I looked over, I seen another one, then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it's like a shooting fall, comet or something sort of be, brother. It was just, it shot up, went down, poured down, and just changing colors at the same time, bursting in flames. And I was like, wow. So, at certain times, it's only certain things for, meant for the individual at a particular point in time. So, it was nice, man. Definitely nice. Stargazing. Look up, family. You know what I'm saying? Look around and be aware, but look up. You know what I'm saying? Just to remind everybody out there. But that's what it is, so, how the universe been treating you and yours, man?
Hey, like no complaints, man. Every day I'm taken care of by, the universe and the ancestors and the creator in every way I need to be. So, I'm good. We're good. Appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
How are you doing? How's you and yours doing?
I'm definitely working toward now. Continuing going through with this setup or with the business or whatnot. and looking to tie in some partnerships. Got a brother who's interested in T-shirts and whatnot, and we're gonna do images, putting different images. You know what I'm saying? On the shirts, and we're gonna start it off like that as well. So I'm gonna sit down with him, see what type of ideas and thoughts we got. At the same time, you know what I'm saying? We'll exchange. You know what I'm saying? And build on what we got so we can go from there. So yeah, certain things working on.
Let me know if you need any assistance. If you're gonna move forward with that, business venture. Let me know if you need any assistance. Ironing that out. Hit me up, or email me or whatever.
Oh yeah, definitely gonna get it, because what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna direct the brother toward the foundation as well. He was already been inquiring about sex, so I put him on high frequency, and he definitely seen the light. You know what I'm saying, what he sees, I find it useful, very instrumental. So definitely I'm gonna guide him to definitely direct to you. Hit you up on email, get a brother email as well. And definitely, I'm not sure if you're tuning in or not, but we're gonna definitely build upon that, and I'm gonna hit you up on that. If I'm looking forward to the partnership, you know what I'm saying, join in, because he's looking definitely to go ahead and build with me. So I like that, and I want to take the proper steps. You know what I'm saying? Start now. You know what I mean? So we can keep our relationship together. Understand? One thing about doing business, family, you know what I'm saying? We want to be able to operate properly. You know what I mean? So to keep the relationship in good standing. Everything based on relationships. So that's one of my focus as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, man. I want to go. I got to go to the next caller, man. I apologize. But we streaming and stuff. But I appreciate you calling in, man. As always.
Yes, sir. Indeed.
Appreciate you calling in as always, man.
I appreciate it, man. I got to go back to the archives, man. Indeed.
You got to go in the archives?
Peace to the God. Yeah, I got to go to the archives, man. Took the event. I'm standing on the bus stop, man. So the event dropped 2 million jewels, bro. I'm like, whoa.
Hey, I gotta give her a pair of the Pancake Juniors, because she just came in Pancake and Toes.
Right.
Usually that's my title, you know what I'm saying? But she's Pancake and Toes. So
I'm serious. I'm serious with it. Yeah, thank you.
Got the Junior Pancakes Award.
That's
all right. Appreciate you, man. Catch you next week, man. Have a great week, man. Love you. Be safe, be easy, enjoy yourself. You know what I'm saying? Talk to you soon.
Likewise. Indeed. Right, peace to the God, man.
Peace to the gods. All right, who we got? Man, what's up with my guy, Brian? Brian from the Bay. What's good, fam? Peace.
What's good, man? How you doing, man?
I'm doing well, man. Can't complain. How are you?
Hey, the stream me all right. Enjoying the show. Listen to what everybody got to say, and just trying to absorb the information from other folks when they dropping the jewels. But the funny thing was, I was gonna say is I'm surprised you didn't know about you being a hip hop man when the man Daryl told you about that. I was like, you didn't know that's where Puffy got his stuff from? As far as Captain Scott?
Hey, I tell you, man, I keep it real, man. Even if people be like, oh, if it doesn't look the best, I'm telling the truth, man. So
no, that's
right.
Cool.
I ain't never. I'm just gonna keep it real, man. Outside like Houdini and the Sugar Hill Gang and KRS-One. I know a lot of the old school De La Soul. I still got some of those records, but there's other stuff. From the 70s and stuff like that, I'm not even up on. Some stuff from the 80s and 90s I'm not up on. So I just keep it real, man. So say what you want to say, man. Talk. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
No, only thing I was gonna say is like how I was gonna relate that to information, right? When it goes to people only go so far sometimes, and they need to go further to see where the source come from. It's like when you're talking about how the world's run on. I come to the realization, from doing my own studies, and I'm pretty sure you are. Of course, you know this because you teach this. It's run on trust and contracts. Well, trusts are kind of contracts if you build them the right way. Because when you look at the Constitution, all that, that's pretty much kind of like, in a way, it's a trust because it's telling people how to run the organization known as the United States, and it's telling people how it's supposed to be ministered and all that, and even how treaties and stuff like that. Those are contracts between two different nations. So you got to go and you're doing that when you're telling people like you got to do your own research and whatnot to understand what's really going on because the truth is if we are quote unquote the original creators and highly melanated people, some people call them black, whatever, but you got to understand all this information that they got it from you, and they just did like a puppy and remixed it. And they remixed it in their own way when it comes to merging the Confederacy or the Confederacy with the King's language and merging all that stuff together, and then they flipped it and made a remix, and now you're like trying to catch up to the information your people taught them because we've been relying on people to give us the whole deal because, like you said, we become kind of lazy because I feel like we're just like that football player or basketball player that's just super duper talented, but he ain't want to put in that work to be like a Michael Jordan or a Kobe Bryant or LeBron James or any other player you could think of, like football players and whatnot. These guys who talented, just naturally gifted, but they say I'm gonna put in this work, learn the rules, and learn how to get inside the game because our people don't want to know the laws. They don't want to try to sit down and learn how the laws are running around them. And it's hard for me because I'm not the best reader, but I'm not making no excuses. I'm still gonna try to figure it out. I use what I can around me and the resources of people who know the stuff, and I'm just trying to absorb and try to take it and, make it so I can understand it. You got to realize that I see everybody. We none of us complain about, why we got to learn the rules when it comes to playing any of these sports, but we don't want to learn the rules of commerce. Like trying to get this trusting a lot. That's the thing we should be really focused on, and then trying to learn the laws around you. And then learn your true, real history about what your people are. Because, like I said, they remixing your stuff. They're puff dadding all this information. That's what they're doing. They just remixing all the laws. Take that. They're remixing all these laws, and we're just amazed. You're like, man, that's original stuff, man. I've never heard that before. They over here like thinking, I'm missing you, and they're like, oh, that's original. Like, no, that's Sting, bro. Who's Sting? People don't know that because they don't go any further. Look at the hip hop music now. Nobody wants to go further. They like, oh, that rapper garbage or that artist garbage. Some of these people don't even know who George Clinton is. Don't know about the Funkadelics or the Parliaments, none of that stuff. So that's one reason I was relating the music thing to what you were saying when it came to all the trust and everything. That trust is a must.
And. Preach, Brother Brian from the Bay.
So I'll be like, sound like the preacher. Let me tell you something, son. You got to get the trust because it's a must. Get that trust because it's a must. Because in order to make sure your family get where it needs to be, you got to make sure they got the knowledge in their brain.
All right, but we clown.
That's good, man.
Daryl,
that's it, man.
I'm going to bring Daryl. Daryl, you want to talk something else?
I'm here.
What's up, man?
Boogie down, baby. Boogie down, baby. Baby from the Bay. Boogie down, baby. All right. But anyway, what I want to say, Polo Ground. What's your name? Balance. That But anyway, I don't want to say much. So, L, after I speak, do you want to bring anybody else in?
Nah, that's it. I'm about to end the show. I feel like they about to cut us off. So we wrapped.
Okay, but what happened is that I don't mind giving my number out, but if it's a problem of me giving my number out, you can say I'll go with what you say. If it's not a problem, I'll let it go.
Don't put your number out on the air, man.
All right, no problem. Okay, but anyway,
who you want to have your number?
Anybody who want to holler at me like that, I don't have no problem.
Anybody that want to holler at, Daryl from Brownsville, he can tell you what the deal. Email me, admin@welcometothefoundation. Put Daryl from Brownsville in the header of the email, and then I'll run it by Daryl. If it's cool, you can get his info. But I just don't want you to put it on the air, man.
I'm running. It's cool right now. So you ain't got to run it by me. It's cool right now.
Okay, yeah. So do that. Just admin@welcometothefoundation. You can get in contact.
One other thing. I have a fighting system like G can do, and I have a fighting system, and I want to know. I have a fighting system. I figure if Mayweather or anybody get beaten by it, they gotta pay me. Anybody who gets disabled because of a match or tournament, and the dude fighting for $100 million, he gotta give me a cut. That that because he disabled his opponent or her opponent, however it goes, That so I'm thinking about it. Just like some people don't use what they know, and I'm gonna put it out there. My fighting system, my technique, and if they use it, in any style they use, I'm gonna get a cut. That that. So I thought about LeBron James, like they were talking about. All these guys don't use it. I said, let me use what I know. Because what happened is that I'm not going to take the chance of getting beat upside the head. Even though they let me fight now, I'm not going to fight. And I figured, why fight when you could just do other things, make money other ways? And I don't understand why these guys still fighting forever. But that's what they're doing. If they don't come to work, maybe, hey, somebody put a hit out on them. I don't know. If they don't take that match, they got to keep on going out there. But when I was out there and when I made it, I said I'm taking on all challenges, because when I retired, nobody would say I ducked and dodged them. I would take on all comers, and it makes plenty sense to fight for money, because when they started fighting for money, I kind of I was turned off, because when I came up, we fought to see who was the best. We didn't fight for money. We fought before we started making money. We fought to see who was the best. And some dudes who fought for money, they fought to see who's the best. They took on anybody. And these dudes now only fight because you only paying them a certain income. No, I fought at 147. I fought heavyweight to stop him. Yeah, you gotta go.
I apologize, man. Yeah, we gotta end the show. I apologize, but I love you, fam. I love you.
I love you too. I love all of y'all. And
I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you next week. Family.
Definite.
All right, man. Peace.
Yep.
Peace to the guys. Brian, you good?
You know what? I'll say the last thing real quick. I'm going to make it real quick, short and sweet. Right, like what he was saying about the money thing, right? Fighters doing that. All it goes back to what you were talking about when it comes to creating. A lot of dudes can't create stuff, because Muhammad Ali stopped fighting, and he was able to create his legacy without having to throw a punch after that. So, some of these guys don't know how to create anything other than fighting. So that's why they keep on doing that. Same thing as the athletes who keep playing basketball that ain't thinking long term. So you got to go back to what you're saying, being creators and innovators, and actually taking the time to do the long planning. Plan for the long haul, not for the short. So I'm going to leave it on that. You do what you do. End it off, buddy. And peace to the trustees.
Appreciate you, family. Yeah, appreciate you, family. Peace to the trustees. I'll get up with you soon. I got your email, man, so we'll be talking about that soon.
All right, man. No problem, bro. Just do what you do, man.
All right, man.
I'll talk to you.
Peace to the guys.
Peace.
And that's it. Man, I love y'all, especially the people who stick it out to the very, very end. I be seeing people dropping like flies off the switchboard. But those who stick out to the end, all the regulars, the OGs, the foundation OGs, salute to the trustees. I appreciate y'all. I really do. The foundation, remaining private, doing public business. Ultimately, you got to understand, when you go private, you have a private education. You're doing business. You got to be professional. We're nobles, and we have to focus on executing the objective. We're executive trustees, to say the least. And as we execute the law while those in the public practice law, hint, hint, the law being the contract, we got to remain in honor. And understand that, you're walking around with private information. It might not be prejudice. And it might not be attitude. It might just be arrogance. It might be them. And let's be honorable. I don't have time to argue with these fools. And I don't think you should have time for it either. With regards to how you getting your money, I feel like you can't knock the hustle. You can't stop the struggle. From Bangkok to Brussels, just, pop like crack knuckles. I'm playing, y'all. I love y'all. And I appreciate y'all checking out the show. With that being said, we are going to wrap it up. This has been another episode of The Foundation here on High Frequency Radio Network. Be sure to check out welcometothefoundation.com. Sign up for the email list. Check out the social media networks. You can find them on there, as well as, check out the PDF section. Learn something or learn something more. Appreciate you. Definitely. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I want you to, be good to yourself. Obviously, I want you to enjoy yourself. I want you to understand that you can do whatever you put your mind to. And, it's time for us to get our mind right. And I'm on the same boat with you. I'm not higher than none of y'all. We're all family here. So if you can hear me, that means I'm in very close proximity to you, and I'm no better than you at all. We're all in this together. Let's do our dance. And, let's make sure something's different tomorrow. Peace to the gods. I love you. I appreciate you. Have a great week. And enjoy yourself. Peace.
Doing this thing all the way live. High Frequency Radio.